The PokePod group is the most influential group I've ever met in my life. They're a group of people, a group of awesome individuals who not only do I consider friends, but I also consider a family. They are, without a doubt, just really an awesome group of people, and just like not only do we share like a lot of common interests, but also as well, how we go on about things and how we think things, how we perceive it, and all this other who has. So, that's just something you can really appreciate from a group of people that you really admire a lot. So in this one, we're gonna be talking about my thoughts on each member of the group. Basically Kevin, aka Kevin. Yeah, I already said Kevin twice. What the fuck? But basically KG Prestige, aka Kevin, Tyrone, Terrell, Nessa, TSS, and Polly. Just gonna be talking about those individuals because they're just really great fucking people, and just people I'm so, not only honored but lucky to be part of a group with those individuals. So, much love to all of you guys that are watching the video. So let's get on ahead. Obviously, this is gonna be a long episode, so I'll try to do my best with the timestamps. I know in the last one I kind of didn't do a good job of that at all. Ugh, man, kind of tired. But basically, I mean, to be fair, I didn't really do the timestamps for the other one, but oh well. So let's get started. The first person up I want to talk about is Mr. KG Prestige, aka Kevin. If you have to tell me, because if you know that image where it says, is this person chaotic good, chaotic neutral, lawful good, and all that, neutral, all that other shit. If you had to tell me that, I think KG is without a doubt a definite chaotic good. Like, he's the type of person who would start chaotic shit, but he's such a good natured person that he would never seem to have any harmful intentions to hurt us. Like, he's the type of person that would get a stick, poke a lion at the zoo. The lion would get pissed off, and then he'll just start laughing about it a little bit. But he would never do it to hurt anyone. He just does it out of good fun and mutual respect, because hey, sometimes you need a little bit of comedy in your life in order to really think a little bit better, think a little more clearly, but also just let yourself relax a little bit and not feel more tense about things. But to me also as well, KG is like a quiet leader in a way, because while he's not exactly that commanding, he will still find a way to be an effective leader when it calls for that occasion for him to step up. And once again, because it's mandatory. But he is also a massive fucking troll. But once again, he does it in a friendly, harmless manner. So, if, like, for example, like if he was making fun of me out of for fun and meme and stuff, like if he were making a joke that I did not like at all, and I actually did not like at all, like personalized, and I let him know that, hey, I don't like this joke in particular. I don't think it's good. I don't think you should be saying that. Then he would be that type of person that will just be like, okay, I have no problem doing that for you. Like, he's just so respectful and just mindful of others that it's just amazing of what he can do. But KG, the other thing about him that I really, and this is something that really hit me, really hit me hard, but KG welcomed me into the group with open arms and allowed me to be a part of something special, along with the PokePod and, his channel, which I'm grateful for most definitely. And the reason why I say it hits me hard is because I was not really expecting for him to actually just fucking welcome me into the group like that. Because, again, when I asked him this in 2017, I was an unknown person. No one knew who I was. No one knew what I was going to bring to the table. And I just so happened to ask them because I was randomly selected to be a moderator of the JPR Discord. So I was just like, all right, and when you're a moderator, you pretty much get to get to see these content creators up close, and Kevin was one of those people. And he ran the PokePod, which I was watching a lot. So I was like, okay, how can I be part of this? So I decided to ask him. In a personal DM, and then I was like, hey, can I join the PokePod? Something like that. I've been a big fan and stuff, and he just said, sure. Glad to have you on. And I was just amazed because again, no one knew who I was. No one knew what I was going to bring to the table. And KG was just like, yeah, come in. Like, wow. Like, I'm still amazed to this day, but, it's just amazing that Kevin is just so, it just welcomes you in. Like, you're part of the family. Like, it's just crazy. But to speak as well about Kevin is that he's a warm-hearted person who, like I just mentioned a second ago, treats his friends like family, and he really does make sure he does his best to make sure that we all feel welcomed and included into activities that we all do as a family. And while he can be such a fucking troll that'll drive you nuts, he's the one person I would say that delivers on the aspect of an atmosphere that is welcoming, positive, and family-like for all of us here. And it's not just him, but he's definitely a major reason for it because again, the PokePod is what brought us all together in a way. So, technically he's like the ringleader in that aspect. And the last thing I want to mention about Kevin before I wrap up his part is that his positive attitude and demeanor about things is just really admirable and really inspiring. And just something I want to emulate myself because I feel like that in order to go through certain parts of your life, like, let's say you're going through like a hard time and, you feel kind of hopeless, a positive attitude and positive demeanor will help out. While it may not solve your problem initially, or it won't at all, it's just for the sake of mental health and making sure, you're thinking straight and understanding that, look, sometimes bad things happen, but, we have to keep going forward and not just give up in the middle of the road. So, and to see Kevin present that in a way that works for him, whenever he was facing issues, it's just really inspiring and just something I want to emulate as well. And I think all of us in the chat want to emulate as well when it comes to like our certain things. But overall, for Kevin's part, thank you so much for being a great fucking friend. You're a very quiet leader, but you're effective one at that as well. Thank you for just being you, being really positive, and just being really friendly to all of us. Is just making sure we all have a good time and just being honest with us whenever we really needed it. So you mean a lot to me, buddy. So thank you for once again welcoming me into the group and just allowing me to experience a lot of development and a lot of striving in things in which I never thought I was going to be able to do. So thank you a lot, man. You really mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. So that's what I think about Kevin. Awesome friend. Next person up is Tyrone. And when I think of Tyrone, I think of a guy where he has a lot of potential to achieve a lot more than what he has already accomplished in life. And I am not suggesting whatsoever that he isn't capable of doing so. The only thing I'm really saying is that he is someone that I feel like might need a bit of a push and a bit of realization that some of the skills and talent that he has is really fucking top notch, and that same skills and talent will take him places, which I think he understands that, but I don't think he really realizes the idea. Well, he realizes it, but it's not where it needs to be. But I'm basically referring to the idea of self-confidence, because in order to really succeed in life, you need to have self-confidence. Because if you don't have any confidence in yourself to do certain things, then you're not going to succeed in life. I mean, that's just how it is. And that's something I'm personally struggling with as well. But I think it's at a okay level to the point where I think I can fucking do this. And obviously that's not good. I still need to work on that. Like, it's inconsistent a lot of the times. But it's one of those things where, hey, if you understand the problem, then you have a better understanding, a better understanding of it. And maybe you could teach that to someone else, so that way they don't follow you into that same path. And who knows, maybe you teaching someone better self-confidence will actually help you out overall, because when you teach someone, like, let's say math, and let's say you get to the point where they're understanding it as well, you yourself might be able to understand it as well. So it's a win-win for both of us, or the win-win for that person and that other person in that hypothetical situation. But besides that, I would also say that Tyrone is someone I respect a lot in terms of his dedication of what he wants to do. Like how he mentions about pursuing a career of content creation, which as of the recording of this video, which is August 6th, he is doing a great fucking job. Like, he's doing very spectacular with his streams on Twitch, and just putting up videos and just like be part of the PokePod. That's just a dedication I really appreciate a lot. I appreciate a lot from him. And because he's more than capable of doing it. Like, he's more than capable of doing it. And just like, again, that's what he needs to understand and realize, hey, I can really do this. I shouldn't think that, oh, I can't do this. Because if you think that, it will just fuck with your mental. And I would know that as well, because, I've done that a lot myself. But Tyrone is capable of doing wonderful fucking things. He's capable of doing great things. And again, that's not to say that he hasn't. But sometimes, you need a bit of a push and realization to understand that, you can do a lot more than what you already have done. Which, in terms of Tyrone, I think he's done, like, a respectable amount of things that will help him out in his career and direction in life. But anyways, but no, and also to Tyrone as well, he's just really funny, and how chill of a person he is sometimes, for the most part. Because like, it's just because sometimes you need to be a little bit. Sometimes a chill person is what you need in order to not feel as tense when it comes to like certain situations, or just your better image overall. So and also when you can break the ice a little bit with, like, let's say if there's like tension in the chat, he'll be that person where he'll probably break like a joke to break the tension up a little bit and then make us laugh, and just that way we don't feel as fucking stressed. Then it's just something I really appreciate. So something I really appreciate from Tyrone is just being really fucking awesome. It's just what he brings to the table. So, but no, the other thing I wanted to mention about him is that all of us, meme him to death on a lot of things, like the mixtape and all this other stuff, and how me personally sometimes I call him Oscar the Fish from Shark Tale. But at the end of the day, he's still someone I have a whole lot of respect for, based off of his personality, what he brings with his skills and talents, and just like how he never judges you right away and gives you an opportunity to show who you are as a person. Like, he's not ignorant with how he views others in the group. But yeah, Tyrone is someone that is a really great friend to have. He's really supportive. Obviously, he has some things to work on. But overall, he's just a really awesome friend to have. He's just really supportive, again. And he could definitely motivate you to do better. And just, his dedication, what he really wants it, is just admirable. And just something I really respect out of him. So, overall, Tyrone is just an awesome friend. And Tyrone, if you're watching the video, you mean a lot to me, brother. Just know that we both are going to accomplish great things. We just need to understand that we're capable of doing it. We have the tools. We have the mindset, and we definitely have the knowledge in order to go on about these certain things. So let's just be honest with ourselves, and let's just keep striving for the best of our to the best possible image of ourselves, brother, because we're more than capable of doing that. Much love, man. So the next person up is Mr. TSS Killa. TSS to me is definitely someone where you first meet and you have like expectations. Well, not necessarily expectations, but like at first when you meet someone, you have like, I guess it is an expectation, but like, let's say for example, you meet a friend and you think, oh, maybe this person's gonna be nice, maybe this person's gonna be tall or whatever, and then you meet the friend and then you're just like, whoa, this is something I didn't really expect. Um, but basically, when it comes to TSS, when I first met him through Discord, he was definitely someone I did not expect to have the amount of knowledge that he has. Like, he's someone that would make tons of references to things that you wouldn't expect him to say, and his analogy skills are absolutely incredible. Which, by the way, is something I like to learn more better of someday, and I think I'm starting to do that. But TSS as a person is awesome, just like how I talked about with Tyrone. TSS isn't the type of person to judge you right away and be a dick about it. He wants to see who you are as a person, and not only how you respect others, but also how you respect yourself. So, and the thing about TSS, which I think is a little fascinating, is that I would say he's definitely the uncle of the group. And the reason why I say that is because I'm just talking about in the sense of his knowledge, like the amount of knowledge that he has for it, like, technology, let's say, and then of course the references from history in itself, like television, music, and more, like video games, and his perseverance of what he's gone through in life is very admirable and inspiring for all of us in the group to see and learn. Which obviously I'm not going to get into details about because that's personal. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for TSS just because of how he is as a person and how wise he is beyond his age, his knowledge on almost everything, and he'll treat you like a family member that's been around since since the fucking Cold War. So there's that, but and I know he may appear to be a bit of a hard brush at first, but once you really get to know him well and know who he really is, he is someone that I, without a doubt, guarantee that you would get along with easily, without a doubt. And just overall, TSS is just an awesome friend. It's just what he brings to the table and how he helps out others is just admirable. So thank you a lot, Mr. TSS Killer, for just being you. And I hope in the next fucking dimension, maybe Elton won't have that much fucking high voice pitches in his next album. I hate myself for that one. But no, thank you a lot, TSS, for meaning a lot as a friend to not only me but to others. You are definitely, without a doubt, much appreciated within the group. But no, yeah, the next person up is Terrell. Terrell is someone I did not expect at all to even meet and get to know at all. And I say that because, when I first started watching his videos around 2010 to 2011, when he was reviewing Pokemon Best Wishes, I definitely enjoyed those videos a lot. And when he ended those videos, I was actually really devastated and was always hoping to not only see him continue those videos, but to also get a chance to be a friend of his someday. And, years later, around 2017, when we got together when me, Tyrone, KG, I think TSS as well. No, TSS wasn't there for those parts. Not yet, at least, because he was on a Japan trip. Tyrone mentioned one day that he wanted to bring in a friend for the commentary, and I was like, okay, I wonder who this friend's gonna be. And then when I saw it was Terrell, I was like starstruck to hell. Like, I was actually really amazed, and I thought it wasn't real, because how is it that someone that you've looked up to, how is it that you look up to someone like that and are just amazed from it? It's just, you're just starstruck like me right now. Like, I can't even put into words of how amazing it was to actually be part of the same video and get to know Terrell. So that's just really amazing. But no, basically, it was just awesome. Like, it was just amazing. But besides that, it's definitely an honor, I would say, to get to know someone that you watch their content for like a long time, and then being able to be friends and part of a family with that person is just amazing overall. Terrell is someone who I think is like TSS in the sense of how wise he could be, and just how he details certain pictures, like the idea behind it and what have you. The concepts, while giving everyone like advice is just admirable on like how to go on about these certain scenarios and why you got to that point and how you can get out of it, basically. Um, I would also say, along with Tyrone and TSS, Terrell's a damn fucking savage. I think we're all savages in our own respective ways. But he's someone I feel like is like he's that type of person that he'll make sure you're okay and will help you with wonderful advice and motivation to keep going in your respective situation to solve it and grow as a person. So overall, Terrell is someone that is a wisecracker and is one of the funniest people in the fucking room. But he'll know right away when to be serious, when it calls for it, and just how supportive he is with how he gives out advice and an awesome friend to have while, lastly, someone you can always have fun with and, trust when it calls for it. Like, when it comes for a serious discussion and stuff like that. So, overall, Terrell, thank you so much for just being fucking you, for being awesome, for being really supportive. Keep going in your goals, brother. I know right now times are kind of but at the end of the day, we got to keep going because in order to accomplish the greatest things in life, it requires a bit of push and a bit of perspective. So, thank you a lot, man. You are definitely one of my brothers. Really appreciate it a lot. Like everyone else in the group, y'all are basically a fucking family. And I really appreciate that a lot. So, much love to every single one of you. Even I haven't gotten to you yet in the video. So yeah, next one up is Nessa, aka Vanessa. Nessa is someone who I will admit I am still trying to learn in a way because while she is my friend and I do still have a good understanding of her personality and behavior, there are still some things. There's definitely still some unknown qualities I definitely like to learn, and that's not really a weird thing to say. I feel like because it's okay to not know like a certain thing about but basically it's definitely okay to not know like a certain things about a friend because that gives you an opportunity to learn more about them and how they how they think, how they behave, and all that stuff. It's just how you go on about it that just kind of like determines whether or not it'd be weird or not. But no, besides that, she is someone I appreciate a lot for her contribution and thoughts into whatever topics we discuss either on the PokePod or in group calls wherever we're just chilling and stuff, or going through serious topics if we need to. Because I know sometimes that she feels like she's useless for some of the things that she may not be able to understand, like computers and stuff. But I feel like that's kind of not true because I think everyone is very smart in their own retrospect. Like they understand like certain topics that they can understand and describe well. And hey, there will be some certain topics where you may not understand it, and that's okay. But it gives you an opportunity to learn. It gives you an opportunity to understand and know what to do. So everyone in the group is not useless. Everyone is useful in every aspect of their own. So I would definitely say that Nessa is not useless at all whatsoever. I think everyone is really useful in like whatever they contribute to the table. Like everyone's special in their own right. Like Nessa's good at the medical stuff, Terrell with the content stuff, Tyrone and the comedy, KG with like the broader understanding of social media and just content, TSS with literally almost everything, me with like certain games and certain aspects of life, and then Polly with like counseling and just all those things. So everyone is useful in their own right. But no, to go back onto Nessa's thing. But basically, like Tyrone, I think she's also energetic, which I guess it's an electric type thing because they both like electric types. And she's also someone that always seems to be filled with positive energy each time we talk. And speaking of talking, she really does know how to hold a conversation. Like it's actually just insane. Like I know Terrell first mentioned it back in the DC trip, but she really does know how to hold it. And I think that's very important to have because, if you know how to hold a conversation, you know how to approach it, you know what to say, and you know what to think from it. So I think that's a very I think that's a really important quality to have. So, this is what I think. But, it's just, she's just downright fucking awesome. Like, Nessa's just an awesome friend to have. And is just, like, supportive of everyone, which I really admire a lot. And someone that no matter what happens is a tall order of positive vibes and energy that anyone can deeply admire. And, I appreciate the beauty of not only how she is, I'm referring to the looks, but just her self-image overall of how she treats her friends, cares for them in any way possible. Oh, and she's pretty damn athletic. And I say this because not only because of her time in volleyball, but because, during the DC trip, when we all walked from our hotel area all the way to like the White House, and then all the way over to the monuments and stuff, and then back, me and her pretty much just lasted the walk like it was nothing, while everyone else was just like, oh, my feet hurt and stuff. All me and Nessa were just like, man, this shit ain't nothing. But no, I guess that goes for something, right? Because athletics, but overall, Nessa overall is an awesome friend to have. She's really awesome. Really helps out a lot with whenever we have like medical questions, because she definitely is starting to understand a lot better of that system, which I know can be a little bit complex. And I do want to clarify that one part where I mentioned like the beauty of not only how she is, like I'm basically complimenting her looks because it's always important to point out. Well, not all the time, because at that point it'd be weird. But it's always important to point out of like the looks of a person, not just on the physical level, like seeing how the way they do their hair and face and whatever. But I'm also referring to the looks of how like how they behave, their personality, and all that stuff. Like the looks of all those things. So, I think the girls in the group are equally as beautiful. And not only that, but just like how they go on about like their personality and their hobbies and just like how they think. And of course, not everyone is perfect, but we all gotta start somewhere in order to be better. So overall, Nessa, thank you for just being you. And just remember, you're not useless. You're just as useful as everyone else, which is all on an equal level, because we're all useful in our own aspects and contributions. So don't worry about it. You're an awesome friend to have. Just keep being you. Fuck the haters, and just go on about your hopes and dreams, because you and everyone else have my support 110% without a doubt. But no, yeah, gotta save the best for last, eh? But basically the next one up is Polly. Polly, in a way, honestly reminds me of myself with how she approaches, certain things and how she thinks. Like I know, for example, we both have like our own issues when it comes to like the social life and petty family problems. But one of the things I really admire about her is just her creative mind. Like for example, when she gets like going for literally anything, like she really does a great job of like explaining why this idea particular, like why she formatted this idea and how it can work for in terms of either content or just for fun, whenever we're all together in a group call. And the example I was going to bring up real quick, which I quickly dashed, was like, say for example, like one day she'll bring up like a potential fan fiction idea about Butch and Cassidy, what team that they should have, what region should they be in, what timeline, and what their goal is, and how their characters should be. Like, I'm referring to that type of creativity where she could go really deep if she's really passionate about it. Which, if you're really passionate about something, your description of how you can describe that certain thing is it's just very admirable. So, and I think most people within our group, well, I wouldn't say most, but I think everyone does. But I think all of us do like a great job of like explaining our passion and things whenever we understand it really well. Like, I'm really passionate about League of Legends, so I explain that in higher detail. And Polly does a great job of explaining like why certain fanfiction ideas that she can come up with can work. Like, if she's very passionate about it, she does a really great job of explaining it. So I admire that from her. I mean, obviously her self-confidence, her self-confidence overall is up and down a lot of the times. And obviously, I won't go into specifics because that's personal. Um, but basically, that's one of the things I feel like that is holding her back from really achieving most of her goals. And you always want to have that confidence in yourself to do things and shit. Like me personally, I'm still struggling with it myself, but it's different proportions and different mindsets on how we both go on about it. Like I can't say like I can't say, oh, you should do this or that when it's only specific for my mindset and my fucking proportions. Like it'll be different for Polly. Like you have to probably word it in a way which works for her. Which fine, it's fine. But like basically, I have like my own set of issues and proportions to work on, and she has her own different set. But I think sometimes we're kind of similar in the sense that again with the social stuff, and just like the petty family problems and just like self-confidence overall to like do to accomplish certain goals, which we're both very much capable of, but sometimes we're just not confident in ourselves to basically do those things. And I think overall we definitely have the tools and resources necessary to do that because we have an awesome family in the PokePod, which is like a great source of support, but also as well how we can obviously use the internet and use our family to help out whenever it's possible. Um, but overall, Polly's just an amazing friend. She, like I said before, she's really creative with ideas. Whenever she's really that passionate about it, and again, when you're really passionate about something and understand it really well, you can describe it to a fucking T. Which she does a great job of doing so when those things are activated or a well-known quantity to her. She's very supportive, just like Nessa, and almost like the same level actually. She's a friend I really admire a lot for how she forms her perspective of things and why she reaches to set conclusions. And I know sometimes we all may disagree sometimes with how sometimes we think and how we say it, but at the end of the day, we just have to like form our disagreements in a respectful way and not just be rude about it. Which I know Polly does a good job of that as well, and I think all of us do a great job of that actually. Like we just have to be respectful and mindful of different perspectives of why we got there, and even if it is wrong, we can be respectful about why it's wrong, basically. So, and just like Nessa, obviously, her looks and personality is also something I admire. Like obviously, what I mean by looks again is more so of like, not only looks in terms of like of actual looks, like the eyes, hair, and whatever, but more so like as well looks of the personality, like I mentioned, but also the attitude and just the demeanor and just how you behave and just like how you talk to others, that type of thing. Like you get a look into that. So, her looks and personality and all those other things are something I really admire out of her. And obviously they're not perfect, but then again, you really said that I'm perfect with it as well, nor with anyone else. I think we all have to work on it ourselves still. And just overall being really awesome to not only hang out with, but also interact when we all want to have a good time and just chill afterwards after our long days sometimes of whatever we're doing. Like, sometimes we'll get together and just watch a Scooby-Doo movie, or just like get together and just talk about random shit and just like talk about our lives and stuff and just like getting to understand each other a lot better. So, to finish out Polly's part, of course, and then we get to the ending. Overall, Polly, thank you for just being you. I know you're kind of going through some things right now, especially with how the pandemic is and stuff. But just remember that you have us, you have the resources, you have the tools necessary in order to succeed. But we have no problem helping you out, because that's what families do for each other. We help each other and we lift each other up to the greatest heights that we can achieve. And I know you're very damn capable of doing that. And just like Tyrone, I think sometimes you need to be told that more than once. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, I'd rather tell you a lot more times than not. So that way you understand like you're capable of doing wonderful things. And sometimes you may think, oh well, I can't do this. Well, You can't because you're not giving yourself a chance to do it. You're not giving yourself a chance to do it. And this goes for everyone as well. If you keep putting yourself down and then saying, "Oh, why am I why am I not able to accomplish a certain goal?" Well, maybe it's because you're not giving yourself a chance to do it, because you're giving yourself a tons of shit for it, and you're just not. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but you're not giving yourself a chance to really attempt that goal. You're not giving yourself a chance to succeed that goal. You're not giving yourself a chance to really embrace the idea that, hey, you can probably do this. You can do this, you know. So overall, Polly, just that thing you need to work on. But overall, you're a really awesome friend to have. Thank you for being part of our group. You mean a lot to not only me but to everyone else. You're just really supportive, and I'm really grateful to have you. Not only as a friend, but also part of the family. I really appreciate a lot and love. So thank you for being you, and your love and admiration for Poly World beacons through like the sunbeam through my fucking window right now. It's consistent and bright. But no, thank you for just being here. You're really awesome. Much love. But no, yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone. Did I miss anyone in particular? Like, I know there's some other people within the group, but the reason I'm referring to these set of people in particular is because they're pretty much like the main figures of the group. So pretty much I gave my thoughts about Kevin, aka Kevin's. I keep making that mistake. What the fuck? But basically, Kevin, aka KG Prestige, Tyrone, TSS, Terrell, Nessa, and Polly. Those individuals I consider to be the main heads of the whole group. So for people real quick, like I know DJ's on and off sometimes, but DJ is someone I also appreciate as well for his contributions to the group. I know he's kind of like not as active as I would hope to see, but at the end of the day, if we're all busy with certain parts of our lives, then it's best that we focus on that and not just not. I know it sounds kind of weird, but DJ knows that he's more than welcome to join us anytime and whatever we do. And of course to Alpha Evie, aka Edgar. Basically, I appreciate him a lot because actually I know him. Actually, speaking of Alpha Evie, I actually, compared to everyone else, I actually knew him for the longest. So I really appreciate not only what he does for the PokePod and whatever, sometimes whenever he joins us for other content, but also just how he is as a person, what he thinks and what he stands for, and just like how supportive he is, especially in another group that me and him are in, but that's potentially a future video down the road. But no, just to make sure I acknowledge those two, because I want to make sure they are properly acknowledged and make sure they know that, hey, you guys are still both my friends. You guys mean a lot. Just remember that you always have my back. You always have my support. Just let me know whenever you want to join the content of mine's, KG's, or whatever. You're more than welcome to. It's an open arm family. So I just want to give those two proper acknowledgement in the whole thing. But overall, to KG, to Tyrone, TSS, Terrell, Nessa, and Polly, thank you guys a lot for just being awesome fucking friends. You guys are just amazing, inspirational, motivational, and just what you guys bring to the table, in not only for yourselves but for all of us as well as a round table family. It's just amazing. We strive each day to make each other better. We strive each day in order to achieve our personal goals and chat goals as well. Like, for example, whatever we want to get together to do content with, that's an accomplishment in itself, because that's a goal of reaching different steps of it in terms of content creation, but also as well helping each other out with our problems. Like, for example, like when you guys did the intervention for me earlier in the year, I really needed that, and for you guys to be there and be supportive and tell me straight up that I was wrong about this and I needed to fix my shit. Again, it's just something I really appreciate, because sometimes you need to be brutally honest with that person in order for them to grow. And I know we do that a lot with each other sometimes, and I know we can be a bit too unnecessary with it. but I think our respect for each other, our love for each other, allows us to make sure we can clarify easily, and just whenever we make a mistake, we apologize, and we're sincere about it. Then it's water under the bridge for the most part. Um, so overall, thank you guys for just being awesome. Like, you guys are just amazing group of people. I'm so blessed and grateful to be part of something great. And I know we're gonna do a lot more better things, a lot great things in the future still, because there's a lot more to come. Believe me. So just thank you guys a lot. And again, to Kevin for being you, for bringing a positive demeanor and attitude to the chat that is honestly admirable. To Tyrone for his creative mind on content, and just his how he forms his ideas and opinions. It's just and still being able to state it despite whatever people agree with him or not is just admirable. To TSS as well for not taking any unnecessary shit from anyone, from particular haters on the internet, and just being you, and with how smart you are with the knowledge. To Terrell for his extensive help whenever we have problems and issues that we need like another person to like come in and help us and let us know, hey, what we're doing wrong and how we can fix it, and here basically giving us instructions of how to do it, and just hearing us out whenever we needed to have a friend right next to us. And to Nessa for being really supportive, really awesome, and just like giving us a bit of a medical insight, since she's working as like some sort of nurse, and just like being like a supportive pillar is one of the most underrated things that you can ever have as a friend. And just like being able to like just be awesome overall. And sorry, I was actually thinking about it for a moment, because I didn't want to repeat myself too much about Nessa, and just like being able to understand like and help us out whenever we needed that from her, and whenever she needs that from us in a way. And of course for Polly, your creative mind just is just amazing. I think when you really get those gears going and you understand that it's something that you really want to do, then you're a fast bullet train in that sense. So your creative mind speaks for itself. It's just amazing. You come up with really good ideas for content, and just how you just explain your opinion and your perspective of things, like opinion about the Pokemon anime, your perspective on life, and just how you form it, and just like how supportive you are with everyone, and just how you're not you're not that judgmental to all of us whenever we needed to like talk about like a very serious topic that's a bit personal, that some of us may fear that will change our perspectives of that person. But you allow us to basically say that, and then you not being judgmental about it. So those are the things I appreciate about you, Polly, as well, and just like just what you bring to the table as well, along with everyone else. So I know this video is long, and I actually do need a fucking drink, so it's like 43 minutes in. So I'll end the video right here. But again, and I really want to emphasize this again, the PokePod family group is a fucking awesome group. They are dedicated in whatever they want to do. They are focused towards that goal, towards their respective goals, and just overall what they bring to the table to not only me but to everyone else and to each other respectively, because we're a supportive family. We just want to help each other out. We want each other to succeed, and we all want to respectively reach our personal goals, personal hopes and dreams, and being able to achieve a better, not only better image of ourselves, but a better standard of ourselves. So we're all very much capable of doing great, awesome fucking things, but I think sometimes we need to realize that we have the capability of doing so. And again, last thing, it never hurts to tell each other more than once that, hey, you're capable of doing awesome things. I know sometimes it may be a little bit annoying, but at the end of the day, it's better to remind them constantly about it so they understand, than for you not to, and then they just crash and burn. Because I would actually be upset with myself if if a friend just crashed and burned with a goal that they really wanted to do but they couldn't do, and I could have just helped out, but no, I just didn't because I didn't understand like why they felt that way. Like I would just be upset at myself for not being not being a not being supportive in that sense. So I just want to make sure that, not only me when it comes to being supportive of everyone in the group, but just how we could be more supportive a lot better. Not to say that it's an issue, but just in general, I think being supportive of not only me being supportive to all of you, but all of us being supportive to each other overall in a circle of family is very important in order for the longevity for how we operate and form as a group. So once again, for the third time, thank you guys for watching the video, and thank you for the third time actually for the PokePod group specifically, KG, Tyrone, TSS, Terrell, Nessa, Polly. Thank you guys for being such awesome people. Thank you for being essential in my development. You guys really mean a lot to me. I just don't know what to say. You guys are just fucking awesome. I'm so grateful to be with you guys. You guys are an awesome group of friends, but most importantly, just being an awesome family for me, my second family. So thank you so much for you guys just being you. It really means a lot to me. You guys are all awesome in each way possible. But no, thank you guys for the viewers for watching the video. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this channel with your fellow friends that are Pokemon fans and video game fans as well, because I will be trying to do more video game contents, not just Pokemon soon. But for now, it's just going to be whatever I think is pretty much best for the channel right now and based on the resources and tools I have. So overall, thank you guys for watching the video. Episode 3 will probably... we'll see what episode 3 will bring. I won't spoil what it is yet. But basically, episode 3 will be coming out soon after whenever this video gets uploaded. And yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next time.